Hey folks, this is Coach Brian again, and it's chilly out here. Who would have thought in Southern California we would have had a nice, cool, cloudy day, but hey, got to deal with what we've got to deal with. And yeah, the dogs are running around in the background. So, what we've got going today is we're going to talk about another rule in our continuing series on the rules of triathlon, and this is one that can really get you in some trouble. It can get you banned. It can get you not only disqualified, but banned, suspended, especially if you're in a really critical race. So we're talking about race number transferring. And I know this is a common practice amongst triathletes, amongst marathoners, but it really boils down to one of those issues where a lot of really bad can happen if something goes wrong in your race. Okay, so let's read the rule first. And the rule reads, do not transfer your number to any other athlete or take a number from an athlete that is not competing. The penalty for doing so is disqualification and 1-year suspension from membership in USA Triathlon for transferring a number without the race director permission. Okay, so you can transfer your race number if you follow the procedure set out by the race director, if there is one. Some races do not allow you to transfer your number, and I know you spend a bunch of money and then you go and sprain your ankle, or you get a cold, or your dog dies, or your significant other has got to run you off to the wedding store. Okay, I don't know. Whatever happens, happens, and you can't compete. Now, you've dumped a ton of money out here, I dumped a bunch of training, and now you're stuck with this race number, and what are you going to do with it? Well, what a lot of people do is go on Facebook and tell it to somebody in the group. They put a little ad or mention out there that, hey, I want to get rid of my race number, I want to sell it, or give it away to somebody. Well, the problem is that is your identification on the race. That is also your next of kin on the race, who to contact in case of an emergency. It also covers a lot of insurance aspects for the race director and the race itself. In certain races where you have been given special access to a facility, that oftentimes identifies that you're on that facility authorized. For example, let's say your race takes you onto a military base. Well, the commander of the military base realizes that that is the only way to legitimately identify who is on the base legally and who is not. Getting onto a base illegally is a crime, and you could be held for criminal conduct as well as having a suspension. So we're looking at trying to look at it from a point where you're not going to get in trouble. Also, let's say you have an accident, you get hurt, you're unconscious, you're hauled off to the hospital, and they think this person is you. They've contacted your contact information for emergency, and they rush down there knowing full well what is happening, not knowing what's happening, and they look at this person, and it isn't you. It's not the person who bought the bib. They realize that they either realize in the phone call or that they initially gave, or shortly thereafter, that we've got the wrong person, and this person has now been an unauthorized recipient of this. So what do? You look at the instructions that every race puts out on how to deal with this stuff legitimately. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. Some races will allow that. Some races will not. And if That's part of what you do when you sign up for a race. You look at all the rules regarding this race, if you can transfer. I know, for example, on Rock and Roll Marathon, they don't allow that. If you can't make the race, you can't make it. If you go in that race and you're in and something happens, they haul you off. Well, they've got on the back of your bib, that's your medical information. And if that doesn't match up to who you are going to get in a little bit of have a problem with the officials for that. Now, who owns Rock and Roll Marathon? That's owned by Ironman, and they really take a strong, a stern stance against transferring race bibs. So, what do? Well, follow the directions that the rules imply, the rules for the race as well as the rules for the governing body. So if you're in Europe, you're going with World Triathlon and whatever national governing body you are. If you're in the United States, it's USA Triathlon. If you're a sanctioned race, if you're not sanctioned, it's entirely up to the race director and the race itself. All right? Well, that's that for today. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, put them down there in the comments. I read them all. And if this content is helpful to you, please like and subscribe. It does help the algorithm in getting this content to more and more people, and I really want it to help as many people as I can. It's just another tool for people who work in this industry, like coaches, officials, race directors. Get information out that's good quality information to the participants in this race. So do like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. All right?